when he was trying to come into Live magazine when we was on production. And when we got here at this bus stop, like the whole of Brixton was shut down because of what happened the day before. And it was a bit like, well, wow, it's taken the riots for you to suddenly switch and think, oh, actually we need a young person's perspective in the media.
When it came down to like news channels or documentaries and stuff like that, whenever they wanted to call someone in to talk about the riots, it was either like an elderly person that was talking about the riots from the 80s, or it was like an ex-gang member, which is like, was so like, couldn't articulate himself at all. And he was supposed to be representing all young people, which kind of got on my nerves.
We're not criminals, we're not rioters, we don't go around burning down houses. We want to have good lives, we want to be successful, we want to be educated, and we just want to be normal.
It definitely changed people's perspective on young people, making us look more dominant, making us look like we can run something and we're not just kids. If we harness that energy in the right way, like we could do some crazy stuff, like for good, with a good intention, with the right intention.
Yeah. I think like one of the great things that's come out of the riots is the new platforms now that's out there where they want to give young people a space to be heard. Now there's more events that have either been set up by young people, set up by organisations where they're getting young people to talk about their issues, or even like newspapers investigating the reasons behind the riots.
I would be a fool to say it never opened up the door for young people. It definitely opened up the door for young people. It brought us all to the forefront of loads of people's minds. And yeah, like if it wasn't for the riots, we still probably would have been like hustling to get into certain magazines or certain publications. But now they opened doors for us simply because of what they saw, and they want to showcase young people's talents and stuff like that.
A year on from the riots, adults are still obsessed with whatever they were told the riots were. Street rats in Aladdin's cave of Brixton's Foot Locker, Paleolithic cavemen and women who had just discovered fire, would-be Olympians who couldn't be stopped by police umpires. When will they tire? When will the adults pushing this agenda retire? A year on, post-riot mythologies about young people are hijacking the debates, justifying crypto-ageism and crypto-racism in an attempt to seal young people's fate.
Do you feel like the riots have made us start questioning things?
A lot of young people feel like they haven't got anything to lose, and I think that's what the riots showed a lot of people, that young people are going through a tough time and something needs to be done about it.
I feel like the riots have only kind of strengthened that cliche that we have amongst young people, that we're hoodie primed and vicious and violent because of our past or our history.
As soon as people are looting buildings and things like that, young people are bad, but compared to like 5 years ago, crime rate was really high among young people.
It's higher.
Yeah, it was a lot higher. There was a lot of people getting shot. The media, the government, they got only angry because it hit the high road.
You find a lot of people in communities now kind of working for themselves, not necessarily for any profit or for anyone, but working to help better the need and kind of society for young people in the kind of the boroughs of London, the boroughs affected by the riots. It's a feeling that people need to work together a lot more, especially with the state that politics are in at the moment.
I agree with both of you. I think young people have definitely become more politicised. You only have to look at, for example, Facebook and see all the news articles that young people are reading now, and through the Facebook app and the newspaper apps, a lot of young people are becoming much more engaged in politics. I think what the riots have done is really shone a light on what young people are currently going through, and I think it's down to the government now to really decide how they can help us and what they can do to improve our situation.
Still imprisoned by prism of hypocrisy, many are being let out of jail, a year on from the riots. Look at the state of the union, and then ask why some choose to jack, to ransack what was not theirs. Many adults won't and don't, because really and truthfully they do not care, a year on from the riots. Mythologies last for years, and years, and years.